Remember, this was a pain in the butt because you can't like override these styles. Call this the mouse sensitivity slider. We're going to give it our own class. We're going to call it slider control. And then we're going to add a new CSS file. We're going to make this a widget eventually that we can reuse. Widgets. We're going to create a new file here, folder. Call this slider control. Slider control. All right. We're going to make this the active sheet, so that we can work with it. And then so we have the same thing here. So actually, I can get rid of this label. We can add our text here. And this would be called invert mouse. This is our invert mouse toggle. And then I guess we'll do the same thing here. We'll add a new thing. Widget. We're going to call this toggle control. Toggle control. So any customizations we do there. So let's start, I guess, with the toggle control. So this little box here, we need to do. So let's add a class to this so we can reference it. It's active. And then add selector. Toggle control. Okay, we're not going to override anything yet. Although let's do it that way. So now we have these settings as part of the toggle control. Then duplicate that, duplicate the text, and call this because then what we can do is we can go to this, we can remove Hold on. Unity toggle. Dot unity toggle. Yes, okay, so now we're overriding. This part of the new UI system I kind of hate. You know what? Let me do it this way. So we'll put this on the top level. Duplicate. And we're going to target .unity toggle. Control. Unity toggle. Here. This becomes .unity toggle. Okay, so we have toggle control. Then we have toggle control unity toggle. And we have toggle control. Okay. Now this visual element, we actually need this thing. Hey, Skylab. Input. So we're going to duplicate this. This is now input. Input. Okay. And we're going to clear this out. And then duplicates. And then we're going to add check mark. Unity toggle check mark. Make sure that's what it is. And here we're going to want to make it 100 by 100. Nice big checkbox. And then we'll add some padding, 5 pixel padding. And then here we'll also add 10 pixels. Maybe we'll do just 20 pixels on the bottom. 0, 0, 0. We'll do 50 pixels on the bottom. Okay. That means actually we can remove the spacer maybe. Because then we can add a this active. We can go here, mouse sensitivity controller, and we can pluck this out and say this is the dot slider control extract. And then for the slider control, we can add a bottom padding of 50 pixels. And we can remove the spacer. And then actually what we could do is for any headers, we'll just add a bottom of 100. Okay. Then for the label here, which is here, let's add a right side pixel of 100. Uh, 200. There we go. Okay. Unity slider label. Get rid of this. Duplicate. Dot Unity slider. And what we can do is we can unset everything that we're overriding. We can duplicate this. And this is Unity slider underscore underscore label. Actually, we do that, duplicate that, and then this becomes dot Unity slider underscore underscore label. And then we are going to add spacing to the right of 200 pixels. Okay, and then we have duplicate. And this is input. So we can go to this. Okay. And then we have and this is drag hyphen container unity base slider dot unity hyphen base hyphen slider underscore drag container. Okay, we did that right. We're going to duplicate. And we want unity base slider tracker. Unity base slider tracker. Tracker border. So actually, maybe what we should do is call these. So unity drag container. So instead of doing it this way, we'll do # unity unity drag container. Copy that. So let me just make sure that this is registering. Yes, looks like. Yep. We go to here. So this is unity tracker. Hashtag unity tracker. And then duplicate. Drag border. Drag border. Doesn't like that one. Oh, because. And then duplicate that. And we have unity dragger. Okay. Now if I look at these, we should be referencing them. Okay, good. So if we go to the drag container and set a size, a width of 100. We can set the size of our dragger here. Let's make it 600. And the height will be 20. Nope. And then what is the graphic? Let's see, background. Let's set the color to something that we can see. Okay, so that's the background of that. So that's not what we want. So now we have the tracker itself, which is this line. I'm trying to find the line here. That's this, okay. So we're gonna use a texture. We gotta find a good texture. So let's close this for a minute, save this. And we'll go to our Cinti interface here. And we're going to look at sprites. Actually, let's go to our samples first. And go to scenes. And let's find a good sprite to use. Let's see how they what they use for sliders, and then we'll pick something good. So we have some sliders up here. I think this would make a good slider. So yeah, I like this. So whatever this is, we're going to use. We'll use this. Sliders here. Toolbar for the tool compass. This, we could use this too, whatever this is up here. I like these pop-ups here. I think we might implement those, or this open ominous door. These pop-ups, I may do that. This is nice slider here. Like this. Maybe we should swap out. Oh, this is part of that. Okay, never mind. Some toggles. All right, so sword, this sword. We'll probably use something like this for the actual slider. One of these would probably work perfectly for like the actual little knob. Maybe this one over here. I mean, we can just use something like this too. These are icons. Anything else? Okay. So let's go to, it was this one. Yes. And then 2D view. Components. Okay, slider. Warrior mask hexagon. Background. Okay, so let's do this. Let's bring this here. So it's HUD health bar 01. So now let's go back to our back to our scenes. And where is prefabs? It was player health, I think. NPC health bars? No. I think it was NPC health bars. Player health. And it was health bar 1, I think. So the icon box we can turn off. The frame. Here we go. Okay. Fantasy Warrior bar horizontal 12, variant 1. So now let's go back to what was I looking at? Settings. And background. Sprite. No, it was variant 1. Variant 1. Bar 12. Here we go. Okay. So